I just want to take a couple of minutes to talk about this MechMaxx wood chipper I got. It's the 5-inch size. I wanted that for knowing the size of branches I'm going to be dealing with. I wanted something a little oversized for that. And if you're doing any sort of land clearing like we're doing on the homestead, you're cutting down trees, you're left with branches and shrubs that you can't really use in the sawmill or good for firewood. So you can either just pile it up and just leave it as a pile, try to burn it, but the fire weather conditions have been not great for us. We've been in severe drought. So might as well take that stuff and turn it into wood chips that you're going to use around the garden or out in your trails or whatnot. Now, the challenges you run into with it is like here, I'm pushing that shrub in with the branches split up and divide out and spread out beyond the size of that 5-inch opening at the bottom of the chute. It will get caught up and stuck and hard to get shoved through there. So a pair of pruning shears or wood, tree loppers would be fantastic for that. One of the other things that I found is like on these pine tree branches here, as you're pushing it through, those pine needles are too fine to really be easily pushed through the chute by the fins on the cutting disc. So you want to run some thicker material, some actual branches through every once in a while, so it's not just trying to force all those needles out. See here, it came out fine, but once you start doing more than one or two branches, it starts to back up. On something like this, where it's long and straight, you're going to have no problem for that first part. And then once you get up to the branching area, like I said, it's going to start having troubles getting through the chute. It does not draw it in that well, so just lop those little smaller branches off. Otherwise, you're throwing off into the pile behind me like that and having to deal with it later. The other thing you run into is, throwing some that punky, soft, rotten wood through there. As you can see, it just turns into a cloud of wood dust. It doesn't turn into chips. That's another thing. If you're running too much of that through there, will get clogged up in that chute. The other stuff here is, the bigger, thicker branches handles them just fine. Up to, 3-4 inches, just fine. Talking about getting clogs in it here, I'm showing how I kind of, quick demonstration. You jam something in there, break the stuff up, and pull it back down. You'll want to spin the drum, make sure that the chamber down there is cleared, and close it up. I'd like to say latch it, but that latch is absolutely awful. I've had no luck with that thing working. It'll kind of go over it, but it'll rattle it free. It's just not a good design for something that has this much vibrations in it. The other thing I've run into, it's been a slight negative on this, is the balance on this is awful. It is very rear tippy. If they add some stabilizers in the back, that'd be fantastic. Or if they move the wheels back a little bit further, it tends to be tail heavy on this. Where that came into play was it tipped over backwards one time on me, and the fuel drained from the gas tank into the oil reservoir. All of a sudden, I noticed a bunch of smoke coming out of the thing. I thought I'd blown the engine. I shut it down, checked the oil, had plenty of oil. In fact, I had too much oil. It was really watery from all that fuel getting in there. So, drained that out, cleaned it up, ran some brand new oil in it, and it's been running fantastic ever since. Here, what you see me doing is I had a bunch of debris when the previous landowners come in and bulldoze it. They shoved it all up here, and then they put all the structures right next to it, making a huge fire risk. So I'm using that mini excavator in the back and breaking the stuff up and running through the wood chipper and making some nice piles I'm able to use for ground stabilization, cutting down on some of the dust issues we're having. And when the garden goes in, we're going to put in garden mounds and raised beds and trails. So would I buy this piece of equipment again? It was a bit of an investment, as you saw. It's over $2,000, but like I said, it is an essential piece of equipment for someone that's trying to do any sort of land clear, and it's just a game changer as far as trying to get rid of this material. Well, folks, that wraps it up for this video. If you're like me and you're looking around on the internet trying to find some information about this MechMaxx wood chipper, there's not a lot out there, so hopefully you found this helpful. If you like the content, feel free to leave a message in the comments below and let me know. And until the next video, have a good day.